Here are the 4 main things I'm going to change moving into 2024 to make it my best year in real estate yet. The first thing I'm going to focus on is narrowing down my prospecting pillars. With over 5 years of experience in real estate, I've tried many different kinds of prospecting. I've cold called, I've cold door knocked, just listed, just sold knocks, online leads, a variety of online leads, and I now have a really good grasp on the things I like to do and the things I'm good at. Near the end of the year, I was at a coaching seminar by Jeff Glover, and he was awesome. And the one thing that he wanted us to focus on for 2024 was to narrow down the key areas of prospecting that actually generate us the most leads. And early in my real estate career, one of my early coaches mentioned that when you're prospecting, you really need to find something that you like. That way you can ensure that you'll continue to do it over and over again, and you'll ensure that you actually get better. So I've narrowed it down to 3 main pillars. The first one are the just sold and just listed door knocks. I love door knocking this way because with the just listed door knocks, you're usually inviting the neighbors to the open houses. You're letting the neighborhood know that there's a new listing on the market. It's a great chance for your potential prospects to let their friends and family know, because it's a good chance for them to have someone that they actually like move into the neighborhood. It's just a really easy knock. You're not trying to hard sell anyone. You're just letting them know that their neighbor's home is listed, inviting them to the open house. And it's also a way that you're qualifying yourself to the neighbors, because you're showing them how hard you're going to work to try to get that home sold, that you're going door to door, letting every single person in the neighborhood know that there is a new listing in the neighborhood. And the other half of that pillar is the just sold door knock. So you're prospecting the same group of people, the same neighbors again, letting them know that the home actually sold. And one of my favorite ways to get contact information on my just listed knocks is simply asking, when the home does sell, would you like to know what it sold for? And most of the times the neighbors are really curious and they want to know what the home actually sold for. Super easy to get the contact information that way. Now moving on to the other half of those prospecting door knocks is the just sold knock. The just sold door knocks are one of my favorite prospecting activities to do. I have a pretty high conversion rate at the door if I get face to face with somebody in getting contact information and getting permission to stay in touch. The just sold door knock is really good because you're going to the neighbors and essentially proving to them that you are able to sell a home and you did really well for their neighbors, and you could do the same thing for them. And the just sold door knock is really powerful because you're qualifying yourself, showing them, hey, I sold your neighbor's house. I did a really good job. I got them a really great price. I can do the same for you or someone you know. Especially in a really hot market, if you have a property with multiple offers, you can let the neighbors know, hey, we have buyers that were cash in hand ready to purchase this home, but they didn't get an opportunity and they're looking for the next one in this neighborhood. It's so good. So just listed, just sold door knocks. I'm also going to be focusing on expireds and for sale by owners. Expired listings are pretty low hanging fruit. Essentially, it is a seller that tried to sell, they couldn't sell for whatever reason, and we are approaching them trying to figure out what happened and what we can do differently to actually get them sold this time. These sellers already put their hand up. They want to move. That is one area I'll be focusing on. The other one is the for sale by owner, FSBO. These are kind of the same as expired listings. It's people that actually do want to sell typically, but they have maybe some hesitation in paying a realtor or seeing the value in hiring a realtor. So getting in touch with these people, I've done it in the past and had some pretty good success, but where I fail is actually in the follow-up. Again, at Jeff Glover training, he mentioned that it is usually at the 5th or 6th week of following up that these maybe expired listings, but mainly the for sale by owner sellers will actually decide to list on the MLS instead of putting their sign in the yard. The main focus is creating a system, at least a 8-week follow-up system with the for sale by owner sellers, and staying in touch with them and following up properly. Those are my prospecting pillars. The next main pillar is going to be social media. And this is a focus because a large portion of the business I did last year was actually through referrals and my sphere. And one of the easiest ways to reach out to my sphere and qualify myself to my sphere is through social media. It is a highly leverageable activity. Either I can do it or someone else can do it, but I'm reaching out to many people with a single piece of content, whether that be a just list, a just sold post, maybe an educational type video. It's just an easy way to get in front of all of my people in my sphere. So 2024, we're gonna have a big focus on social media. I'll be making a video exactly on my plans on social media. Hopefully I can stay consistent, which I'm realizing is the biggest hurdle. You know, making these YouTube videos, documenting the process, the L's, the dubs on the way, seeing what works and what doesn't work. That's all what this is about. So the main platforms that my sphere and my circle are on are Instagram and Facebook. And it's super easy to shoot one video and be able to repurpose it across those platforms. Planning to upload them to TikTok and YouTube as well, and hopefully continue to stay in front of my people and generate referrals and business that way. The third thing that I'll be focusing on in 2024 is my scripting. Scripting is such an important activity. I know there are a lot of new agents that refuse to follow scripts, but I'm telling you, scripts, they're good, they work. All you need to do is follow them. And once you study the scripts, then you can make it your own. But my main focus is to get my scripts dialed. So daily script practice at least 5 times a week, focusing on my seller presentations, my buyer presentations, which are pretty good, but I need to get them dialed. Then also my expired scripts, my for sale by owner scripts, the just listed, just sold, door knocking scripts. Get those super dialed so I'm able to convert at a better rate at the door, convert at appointments much better, and just be more efficient across the board. And the last thing that I will be changing in 2024 is tracking my numbers aggressively. What I mean by this is tracking where all my prospecting hours are going, where my hours are spent going to creating social media content, but also figuring out how many people I'm talking to every day, every week, how many people I'm converting every week, what type of prospecting am I doing. Looking at that over a span of weeks or months and really figuring out where my business is coming from, where I'm having success, what areas I need to improve on. Maybe I'm not able to convert at the door on a specific day or time. Maybe I'm talking to fewer people. Maybe my certain scripts in certain areas are not that strong. Tracking my numbers should be able to provide some clarity on what I'm doing well and what I'm doing wrong, so that I can lean into the things I do well and then correct the things I do wrong. The number tracking will also help because I have a coach / mentor. Keeping track of everything I'm doing to a high level could really help get some focus and clarity out of him. So those are the 4 areas of my business that I'm going to pay extra focus on to improve in 2024. So I'll be posting my progress on this YouTube channel. So subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my prospecting, what I'm doing that actually works and what doesn't work. And hopefully you can replicate them in whatever market you're in. Also stay tuned if you just want to follow along and see the day-to-day of a realtor in 2024. Anyways, we'll keep it moving. I'll talk to you guys soon.